Hello and welcome to your April 2022 energy update. And we're going to talk about the themes for the month. I will be answering questions. Please say hello in the comments below. How are you doing? How are you feeling? How is the month going for you so far? Are you feeling the shifts? Have you felt the shifts? March was huge. March was intense. It was hectic, it was chaotic, and it felt like with the spring equinox, spring in the northern hemisphere, fall in the southern hemisphere, that we made a big shift around the equinox. We had a full moon, we had all these sun flares, solar storms, and sun, all the stuff going on with the sun, and these light codes coming in. And so it really feels like we've been through this kind of fiery time of fiery alchemization. Right? We talked about this in some of the other live streams about alchemizing, almost like a burning away of karma, or this alchemizing, transmuting, healing of any patterns that weren't serving you. Anything from this lifetime, from childhood, or from another lifetime that just weren't serving you anymore, or that were holding you back or keeping you from realizing your truth and being who you are, who you're called to be, who you are at your true self, your true essence in this lifetime. So that's a little kind of background of where we've been, where we were in February, March. And for a lot of us, a lot of people, it didn't really feel like we started the new year in January or even in February. Almost feels like we still had a lot to move through January, February, March. And now in April, I hear in April we're coming into our own. So what does that mean? We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about what the themes are for the month. So again, as you join the lime stream, it's my water with lime. As you join the live stream, please say hello in the comments. And also, if you have any questions about the current energies, about what's going on this month in the world, in the energy, or what's going on for you personally, please post them in the comments below. And I'm just going to check my other screen. Okay, super. Awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so themes for April. We have transparency. Ooh, and this is, we're going to talk more about transparency. This is global transparency and personal transparency and collective transparency. Trust, truth, tranquility, and we're going to dive into what each of those means, what each of those is about. I'm also hearing for you, for me, for anyone watching this live, for anyone watching the replay, that April and beyond is about choosing the easier path. That we've been conditioned, programmed throughout our lives and even lifetimes to choose what is difficult, that we think we have to suffer through something, or we think we have to work really hard, or if it comes to us easily and gracefully and joyfully, then something must be wrong, or it must not be for us, or it must just be a fluke or a one-time thing. So hearing the angels say that April and beyond is about choosing an easier path. We don't have to do the things the hard way. We don't have to suffer. And if I'm hearing oftentimes when there are different options or choices presented to us, if something looks too easy, we don't quite trust it, or we don't feel worthy or deserving, or again, we think we have to work harder or we have to suffer or something like that. So the angels are saying choosing the easier path in April. And we're going to talk more about that too. So they want to go to transparency. This is transparency in your own life, in your own, in your emotions, in your mental, physical, emotional, spiritual self. Transparency with others, transparency in relationships, especially intimate relationships, friendships, personal relationships, business relationships, transparency in situations and circumstances, right? So being able to see the truth, being able to see what's really going on behind the scenes, being able to sense, feel, know, and see what is real, genuine, and authentic, as opposed to what anyone else is saying or what anyone else is showing or portraying. And this is going to be really important in your spiritual journey and in your earthly journey. Right? It's about discernment and tuning into your spidey senses and your intuition and your inner knowingness and your higher self and your soul and your guides and angels, because we live in what is portrayed as one reality. And the angels say there are actually so many different realities. So many different realities. And I guess we're not going to expand on that too much in this moment. It's going to be a separate live stream. But there are so many different realities that are accessible to us. What we've been taught and what we're shown is one. And so the month of April is about seeing through that, seeing beyond that, seeing above that, seeing into that. That's what I'm hearing. And also seeing into ourselves, into our true selves, our soul self, our spirit self, our higher self, right? To help us to be who we truly are, who we truly are at our essence in this lifetime. And so April is going to, well, it feels like a rebirth in some ways, or a coming home to yourself in other ways. And again, they want to go back to this theme of transparency. If you've been trying to deny things or hide things or suppress things even from yourself, you're going to be seeing more of it appear in your life. And if there's any person or situation or circumstance where someone's been trying to hide the truth from you, that's also going to be revealed this month. And they're saying to really have compassion, kindness, and gentleness with yourself. And then as much compassion as you can have with others, and also boundaries. That as you have new awarenesses about the truths or realities of certain situations, that it's really important to be in your personal power, in your sovereignty, and also have boundaries. Know what is acceptable for you and what isn't, what matters to you most. And it really is, we're moving into 2023, 24, and beyond. I realize this is an April energy update, but I want to talk a little bit about what we're moving into. So we're moving into authenticity, transparency, genuineness, genuineness, authenticity. And so anything that's not authentic and genuine is not going to feel good. You're not going to feel in alignment with it. You might feel it like in your solar plexus or in your abdomen. You might get a headache. You'll get some sort of physical sensation oftentimes that tells you, something's off, or you're not in alignment with it, or it's not, it might be somebody else's truth, but it's not your truth, or what the world is saying or consciousness is saying or other people are saying doesn't feel real, authentic, or true. Right? So we will have options to make choices around that, who we want to spend time with, how we want to spend our time, energy, and money, what situations and circumstances we want to be in or be part of, who we want to collaborate with, who we don't, who we want to be in relationship with, who we don't. So a lot of this, it starts, the seeds of this, or the budding, the blossoming of this starts in April, and it goes into 2023, 24, 25, 26, and beyond, as we move into a time of more authenticity and genuineness. I'm not even sure if that's a word, but now it is. Genuineness. Okay, so that is transparency, and if you have any questions about that, please post it in the comments below. Trust. think I wrote down trust twice, and one of the words was that came through was truth. But so I guess trust is even more important. So trust what you are perceiving, trust what you are discerning, trust what your spidey senses are telling you, trust what your intuition is telling you, trust what your soul, higher self, guides, and angels are telling you. Trust what you sense, what you feel, over what you see, what you're being shown, or what other people are telling you. Really important. And to trust yourself. Trust your visions, trust your dreams, trust your creativity, trust what you are imagining, what you're wanting, what you're desiring. Also trust in your manifesting abilities. We're also moving into, and we've already moved into, a time of really rapid manifesting. So if you haven't had a chance to watch the live stream or listen to the live stream on signs and synchronicities, there's a couple about signs and synchronicities. I encourage you to tune into those, because it talks again about the magical manifesting, the rapid manifesting, what we're creating and attracting right now, what we're drawing in, and what we're being shown physical evidence of around our creating and our manifesting. So trust yourself, trust the messages you're receiving, trust what you are seeing, feeling, and experiencing over what anyone else is showing you or telling you. And trust that you have, I'm just hearing trust you have what it takes, right? Whether you're pursuing a dream, a vision, an idea, a move, starting a healing practice, or your own business or a venture. I'm hearing leaving a relationship or a place or a house, or embarking on a new adventure. To trust. Trust that you have what it takes. Trust that you have the skills, talents, abilities, and that also that your angels and the universe, as you keep dreaming, and they're also saying dreaming bigger, dreaming bigger, dreaming bigger. As you keep dreaming, trust that these resources are going to become available to you that previously weren't available, or that you hadn't seen or didn't have access to before, that these resources are going to be available to you. So trust in your own abilities to create and manifest. Also trust in the universe, God, source, divine guides, and angels to support you as you are authentically pursuing your dreams, as you are being authentic, living authentically, living genuinely, and as you are pursuing what you feel called to, what you feel passionate about, what you feel inspired by or inspired to. So I guess that's why they had me write down trust twice, because there's a lot in it, right? But trusting yourself, trusting the universe, trusting the divine, trusting you guides and angels, and trusting what you're feeling called to, your passions, your dreams, and what you are inspired to at this time. Okay, next we have tranquility, because as you receive more clarity, that's the transparency, as you receive more clarity and also make authentic and genuine choices about how you want to spend your time and energy, and who you want to spend it with, and who you are being, or how you're being who you're being, as you are living from your authenticity more, and seeing the clarity, the transparency, and you're trusting yourself, you're trusting the universe, you're trusting your guides and angels. And I know we're being a little repetitive here, but they're like, as this is also, they're not just words, right? It's an energetic transmission as well. So know that if you are watching this live, or if you're tuning into the replay, that you are also receiving an energetic transmission of the words, the energy, and the meaning of it all. So sometimes when we're repeating things, it's one, maybe because the angels really want us to hear it, but also it's to receive it into our energetic bodies, receive it into our cells. And when we have it at an energetic level and a cellular level, it's even more powerful. than if we're kind of just, the words are just passing by. So hopefully that makes sense. And if you have any questions about that, please post them in the comments. So, transparency, trust leads to tranquility. Choosing the easier path leads, easier path. Choosing ease on your path is what they want to say. Yeah, choosing ease on your path leads to more tranquility as well. And this image that keeps popping up is like a puppy in a hammock, right? Like half playful, half sleepy, and just chilling out in a hammock. So tranquility, whatever tranquility means to you, that feeling, that experience of tranquility. And okay, they want to touch on truth, and truth can sometimes be a touchy subject. Again, because there are so many different realities. Truth about different realities are going to become apparent. That's part of this transparency. And the more that we can trust in our own inner compass, our inner wisdom, our connection with our higher self, our connection with our soul and our guides and angels, and the more we can remain tranquil, the easier it will be to navigate as these truths are becoming apparent in the world and in our consciousness, conscious collective, and this is like a local level and state and country and world. So as there is more awareness about different truths, the best way that you can support yourself is to trust yourself, trust your guides and angels, and go to that feeling or being space of tranquility. And that's going to support you a lot this month. It's going to support all of us this month. And they must say, energy is contagious. So when we are peaceful and tranquil, tranquilo, as we're peaceful and tranquil and calm, other people, it's like this ripple effect, or this energetic ripple, then other people that are interacting with us or in our presence, or we're communicating with them in however, text, message, voice message, right? They receive some of that tranquility as well. And so the more tranquil we're being, the more opportunities we have as a collective consciousness to experience that peace, calm, and tranquility, or joy, or expansiveness, or abundance, or prosperity, and overall well-being. So I'm hearing that this is the update for now. We'll be doing these live streams, I guess, every day for the next 2 weeks. Woo, exciting. All right. So please join me here. We will be aiming for 1 p.m. Central on this Facebook page. So please join us. Please bring your questions. Love your questions, love your comments. And yeah, wishing you a beautiful day. Lots of joyful energy, peaceful energy, tranquil energy, and angel blessings all around. Lots of love, and I look forward to connecting with you again tomorrow.